Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. In last session we learned about what is life process and the basic life processes like nutrition, respiration, transportation and excretion. Okay. In today's session we are going to learn about what is nutrition. Okay. Let us learn one by one what is nutrition, what is respiration, transportation and excretion. In today's session we are going to learn about what is nutrition. Nutrition is the process of taking food by an organism and its utilization by the body to build the body for growth, to repair the damaged parts of the body for the energy. In last session we discussed that what is nutrition. Nutrition is the process of taking food. We already know that nutrition is nothing but it is a process of taking food for what purpose? For the utilization of the body, for the growth, for repair of the damaged parts of our body and to gain energy. Life on earth depends on carbon based molecules and most of the food are also carbon based molecules. The outside raw materials used by the living organisms are food, water and air. We all know that life on earth means all the organisms which are surviving on the earth are having life, and we know that most of the food materials are made up of the carbon molecules. Okay. The outside raw materials used by the living organisms are food, water and the air. Okay. Let us learn one by one the modes of nutrition. There are two main modes of nutrition. They are autotrophic nutrition and heterotrophic mode of nutrition. Remember this point. There are two modes of nutrition. One is autotrophic and heterotrophic nutrition. Okay. Let us learn first one. What is autotrophic nutrition? It is a nutrition in which organisms prepare their own food for simple inorganic substances like carbon dioxide and water in the presence of sunlight and chlorophyll. Okay. Autotrophic in the sense, auto means self. The preparation of the food is prepared by themselves. That's why it is called as what? Autotrophic. Okay. In the utilization of what? Sunlight and the chlorophyll. We can say that plants are the best example for this autotrophic mode of nutrition. Okay. Why? Because they will prepare their own food with the help of the sunlight and chlorophyll. Okay. And another mode is heterotrophic mode of nutrition. Heterotrophic mode of nutrition is nothing but what? Hetero means which is directly or indirectly dependent upon the other plants or the animals. Okay. It is a nutrition in which organisms get their food directly or indirectly from the plants. Okay. All the organisms, fungi are the some of the best examples for this heterotrophic mode of nutrition. Okay. Now let us learn the types of heterotrophic mode of nutrition. Okay. These are the three main types of heterotrophic nutrition. There are saprotrophic mode of nutrition and parasitic and holozoic type of nutrition. Okay, now let us learn the first type of mode of nutrition, that is saprotrophic mode of nutrition. Okay. It's a nutrition in which the organisms get their food from the dead and decaying organisms. They break down the food material outside their bodies and then absorbs it. Okay. Saprotrophic mode of nutrition is nothing but the organisms, means the small minute organisms like microorganisms, they will intake their food from the dead and decaying organisms. For example, the dead and decaying organisms like we can call it as cow dung or the any dead part of the animal or a plant, that is called as what? Dead and decaying organism. They break down the food materials outside their body and then they will absorb and they utilize the nutrition for their growth and development purpose. Okay. For example, mushroom, bread mold, yeast, some bacteria. These are the all examples which comes under for the saprophytic mode of nutrition. I hope you understood about the saprophytic mode of nutrition. Okay. Now let us learn the parasitic mode of nutrition. In parasitic mode of nutrition, it's a nutrition in which organisms get their food from the living organisms without killing them. For example, cuscuta, orchids, ticks, leeches, roundworm, tapeworm, plasmodium, etc. These are the organisms. What they will do here is they will enter into the living organism's body and they will consume the required amount of nutrition from that living organism without killing them. Okay. These are the few examples what they are given here. Okay. Now let us learn what is the mode of holozoic mode of nutrition. It is a mode of nutrition in which organisms take food directly and then digest and absorb it. What happens here is holozoic means the organisms consume the food with the help of their mouth and then they will digest the food what they have consumed, and that taken food will be utilized by the
organisms for the further process like growth and development. Okay, here are the best examples they have given, like amoeba, paramecium, birds, fishes, and human beings are the best examples they have given for the holozoic mode of nutrition. You can also observe the pictures given below. I hope this will be the useful video for you guys. Thank you for watching the video, and kindly subscribe and share this video with your friends. Thank you.